So my son, he got toilet trained just before he turned 3. He got toilet trained where he's going to the toilet by himself. Now before that, it was getting weird because there was that weird bit where, was he going to make it, wasn't he? And I had a friend whose kid was 4 and a half and was still shitting his pants. And that gets embarrassing when it's like over 3 because a 4-year-old can talk perfectly and you should never be able to talk to someone who's shitting their pants. Like, I didn't know that this kid was shitting his pants, but my mate's over playing pinball in the house, and his kid walks up to us and goes, "Hey, Dad, you're going to have to change me, I just shit my pants." And the dad went, "What? Don't shit your pants! Can you please stop that?" And then the kid responded like this. We're going to have this argument every time, are we? So I went back to Kate, my girlfriend, and I said, "Hank's got to stop shitting his pants." So she went and read a book. She comes back to me and she goes, "You have to start shitting in front of Hank." And I said, "I don't want to shit in front of Hank. What have I got to shit in front of Hank for?" And she goes, "Because the book says he's a caveman. And if he's left to his own devices, he'll shit in his hand and chuck it at us. Make you see, make you do. He has to see you doing, and he has to see the toilet seat, the flusher, the paper, all that type of stuff." I said, "Why don't you shit in front of Hank?" She goes, "He has to see the cock and balls or he'll get confused." So from that moment on, I started to shit in front of Hank. And it was a big adjustment for me, because my shits used to be these quiet, dignified affairs. Like, I'd be watching the telly, I'd feel a shit come on. I'd leave, I'd go over shit, I'd come back into the living room, and 9 times out of 10, I wouldn't tell anyone where I'd been. But then my shits became big family events. And I'd feel a shit come on. I'd be like, "All right, everyone! Dad's got a shit in the chamber. Who wants to come and see a professional at work?" Anyway, so I chickened out of doing it in front of Hank for about 2 weeks. And the first time I did it, I was watching TV with Kate, and Hank was over there playing with his toys. And I turned to Kate and I went, "I've got one." She said, "I think it's time." So I went, "Okay." Walked over to Hank. "G'day, mate. You're coming with me." I took him by the hand and we had this very somber walk. We got into the toilet, I shut the door, I pulled down my pants. Now he knew it wasn't a normal day. He's very upset, he's pressed against the door with fear. I'm a little bit autistic, so neither of us were making eye contact. So I thought I better get down to business. And I said, "All right, mate. First things first, you gotta tuck your cock and balls between your legs so your penis is facing downwards. Because where there is poo, there will be wee." Now, because you're at Jefferies, we don't have what they call big penises. So you got to put your penis a little bit, your legs a little bit together like that to stop your penis from popping back up. You see how I look like Mummy now? Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? It's funny. Yeah, I know I did. Yeah, you don't know what I do for a living, son. I write and tell jokes, but it's always upset me that no matter how hard I try to write a joke, I'll never write anything as funny as a man putting his cock and balls between his legs and saying, I'm a lady, I'm a lady. In fact, if you're ever at a party and you feel like things aren't going your way, get behind a tree and pull your pants down and tuck your cock and balls between your legs and jump out at a woman and go, I'm a lady! Like that. Yeah, well, you'll make more friends than you lose. Now that's where Netflix put the edit in. This next bit, I was told it would never get on television. Or even on the internet, I wasn't allowed to put it on. Okay, so I had to stop shitting in front of my son because my hemorrhoids flared up again. And I get terrible hemorrhoids. I had my whole life. I constantly got them. I have blood dripping out my ass. I have to have showers after. If you had one of my normal shits and you'd never experienced one of my shits before, you would look down in the bowl and go, oh, guess I'll be dead in a week. So I said to Kate, I said, I can't shit in front of him. My hemorrhoids have flared up. She goes, what difference does that make? And I go, you've obviously never had a hemorrhoid. If I do a hemorrhoid shit in front of him, he'll never go to the toilet properly. He'll be scared of shitting. I just picture myself doing a hemorrhoid shit in front of my son, he's just staring at me and I'm like, oh. Oh, crikey. That's as much as is going to come out, son. No point wiping in this situation. It's too tender. What you do is you gingerly get to your feet and you shuffle over to the shower. Don't touch that stuff on the floor. Leave that. Mummy will get that. Now you've got to clean your arsehole. So what you do is you turn the water to a lukewarm temperature and you parade your arsehole thusly. You'll know when your ass is clean by the colour scheme that runs down your leg. It'll go brown, red, clear, clean. Now you may notice that a large portion of Daddy's arsehole is hanging out of his body. You don't want it to stay like that. So what you do is you get your two best fingers and you gently work your arsehole up and in. Now it may take a few turns before you get it right, but in this family, we don't give up. And that's all there is to pooing, ain't nothing to worry about.